Hello everyone and welcome back to Timber and Stone. We will be working on completing our storage barn today. Also, there is a bit of housekeeping to do at the beginning of this episode. First off, I need to name a few of you. Now, the male to female ratio is a little inverse based on the name suggestions. So we have a lot more females. In fact, we only have one male right now in our town. He's basically living in a harem. So some of your names might not work, so I'll kind of skip over them for now. And also, some of the name suggestions you guys are giving and job suggestions, we're not quite there yet. So everything's kind of first come, first serve. We'll just kind of start going through the people here now and hope for the best as we go through. All right, let's bring up our menu here. We have 8 people in the town, day 9 here. Let's see, the first name suggestion was Angry Mage. Now, I'm not gonna, shout out everyone who, wants a name and stuff, but I will add you to the town, as keeping track of both would be a little too cumbersome. So, Angry Mage, let's see. I am thinking you would make a decent farmer. Because you're an angry mage, obviously you didn't make it into the Mage Academy, so therefore you're not happy. And now you're just stuck being a farmer again. So let's see here. We will name you Angry Mage. Let's see, and spell it the way you suggested. So there you go. Alright, welcome to the town. We have Joleno. We'll go ahead and just take care of the farmers. Farmers aren't really common, and since you guys weren't suggesting a specific profession, might as well take some generic ones that people wouldn't really suggest anyways, at least generally. Moving on to Goran the Builder. Now, our builder is female, but hey, you can name a female Goran the Builder. Why not? So let's do that. So Goran the Builder. Okay, it's too long. Let's see here. Guarantee build. There we go. I think that'll work out for you. Level 10 builder already, so halfway to 20. And at that point, max level. So that's great. We need Ace the Infantryman. Though technically our only infantry person would be Ursula. And Ursula's kind of female, so... But Ace is kind of gender neutral, so we can do that. Let's go over here. Name you Ace. There we go. Currently, kind of chopping wood over defending our town, but we don't really need an infantryman full-time at this moment. Let's see, we don't have a forager. Marinseal? I don't know how to pronounce that very well. But I can give you that name. So let's see. How about the miner? So the miner can be Marinseal. Marinseal. There we go. Welcome to the town. Alan wanted to be a fisherman. Spaghetti hoops. Spaghetti hoops. Spaghetti hoops. Let's see. Let's go with a wood chopper for you. Now, it's going to be rough a little later on, remembering who's named and not named, but with the name Spaghetti Hoops, I don't think I'll forget. That is definitely a suggested name. So, Spaghetti Hoops, you're a wood cutter. Let's see, Purple Giraffe. Let's see, Purple Giraffe. Who have we not named yet? The name is getting down and down. I think this one, that's our carpenter. They didn't say they wanted to be a carpenter, so how about our stonemason? Our one male can be a Purple Giraffe. There we go. Perfect. Giraffe. Alright. Purple Giraffe, the stonemason. And then that leads to Scorpio, who actually wanted to be a carpenter. So that works out for you. welcome. Scorpio, you're now a carpenter. Alright, so that's all the name suggestions I can fit right now. That is 8 people, I believe, all named. And hopefully you guys will stay alive long enough to relish in the town thriving and surviving throughout the ages. I want to pause the game real quick and basically go over what I've been doing a little bit off camera. I had to completely redesign the roads. They weren't working with the rivers, so I just had to build these really ugly bridges to get them kind of at least functional for now. That's kind of a normal thing. What I want to do eventually, tear them down and build some proper bridges. If you guys looked at my first series of Timber and Stone, you will see that we had a pretty cool bridge set up along one of the riverways. So that is something I want to do kind of going forward here. Alright, now back to regular speed. What we want to do is finish the design of our little barn here. And what I want to lay down first is obviously some support beams for the upper floor here. And it's just going to be an upper loft, nothing too special. So there's one, and it looks like here will be another good spot for it. And these are just thick logs that we'll have just kind of spaced out. It'll give a little break to the upper floor and won't make it such a repeating pattern, hopefully. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and boom. Alright, and it will also give them a quick way to get across because we need to raise the walls up just a little bit and start worrying about the roof in a moment. Alright, and there. The scaffolding, luckily, the scaffolding can be removed instantly. We don't need anyone to spend a lot of time on that. And we'll go ahead and raise up the walls using just some more full timber here. So we'll go up to there, to there, and to there. Now after that, we'll start planning out the barn style roof. So that's basically a little bit of vertical on each side, 45-degree angle, and a flat top. Very stereotypical barn design that we're going with on this one. Let's also do something like that. That scaffolding should allow access to this area and allow that to be built up. And we'll also just raise this area one. Actually, no, we need to keep it low. We'll keep it low. What I'll have to do is actually take that down because I want this roof to kind of start earlier, just so we have a little bit of a height break going on there. This is almost like a utility shed attached to the back end of the main barn. So flooring construction, let's make it double speed just so we can get through this quicker. Timber planks, nope. Timbered floor, nope. Smooth timber, Tell you what, let's do. I don't want to do timber tiles again. I want to try and break it up a little bit. So we'll use the timbered floor. That'd be okay. And there you have it. So that'll be that whole upper section there. Now, we want to get this pretty much finished soon. I might need to put another log here. Walls. Another little grate stone there. Because I want to build a little railing here. That way we have that loft feeling. So let us do a wood log again. Just like that. And we'll build a fence after that. So there is Garan T build. Best I could do with your name, but Garan, we'll just call you Garan for short. Hopefully, really hoping for some sort of immigrant today or trader. Maybe some combat, that would be nice as well, just to keep the episode interested. But let's go ahead and think about maybe how we want the town to lay out. So we have our barn here in the bottom left corner. We get some dock-like structure slowly being constructed here. Might have to widen this out because I wouldn't mind a little bit of a covering spot in that area. And we can do maybe some sort of fisherman's hut here. This is, you know, going to be starting to be a fishing village first, and then we'll go from there and see where it leads us. So after our barn, fishing hut kind of area, maybe make the fishing hut look a little bit like a fish market through here. That'd be pretty cool looking. Maybe some smaller homes just along the coast here. At that point, we can maybe work in some light farmland. Again, most of our food should be coming from fish, net farmland. I only really want 2 farmers this whole series, so that'll be relatively small. And we can then, I guess that's about as much as I can pre-plan right now, beyond maybe some defenses. Yeah, I think that's about it. We'll eventually make a dry dock, some boats, but those are kind of finishing details that don't serve a utilitarian kind of purpose, so we can wait on that. Let's see, we have 2 wood choppers going right now. That's giving us a whole bunch of wood supply for our carpenter, Scorpio, continuing work on providing planks to the builder. All right. And we can go ahead while the top is open. We can maybe put some storage items in here, just for good measure. So let us, heavier items, of course, generally should be along the bottom. So let's put some masonry stockpiles down first. So we'll just do 2 of these. Space them out in front of the window. We can use some lower items in there. And then we will move into the wood. Let's do timber piles. So timber pile, and just an awkward space there, just for some dynamic. And we can do some raw wood possibly just there, just as a space killer. And then on the other side, let's see. Armor chest, we don't really have someone to make that. Weapon rack. Yeah, we'll need some weapon racks, probably. But you know what? I think that makes more sense out here. I think that's a good spot for it, kind of just along the wall. So maybe we can do a few mine carts here for storage, if I can get the camera to work with me. Cool. Miscellaneous resource crates are great for kind of filling in the little spots like this. And you can maybe just put some along here. We can look into upgrading these masonry stockpiles. Also, a few of the timber ones maybe. There we go, and it's becoming nighttime. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and actually finish this thing off camera, and we'll be back. If anything happens in terms of combat, definitely I'll work that in there. But if it's just a quiet build session, then we'll go ahead and return once this thing's made, and we'll finish the episode at that point. Alright, well, it looks like we may have a little bit of an issue here. A pack of wolves decided to sneak into town. I don't know how this is going to play out. We basically have Ace here, Scorpio, Angry Mage, Joleno, and we're going to see if they're going to be able to basically even make a dent here. I'm not 100% sure how well this is play out, but Ace, this was Ursula. And Ursula was a badass. So I'm hoping this works. Here we go. Alright, Ace taking some damage here. But we're starting to gang up on them. And it looks like at this point it's pretty much safe. The wolves are fleeing. Scorpio tanking a little bit of damage there, but that's okay. The farmer's chasing down the final wolf. It is injured. 22 damage, and there he goes. So, that was actually a little rough. Ace took some damage. Ace came close to dying, which isn't great, but hopefully it'll get better as we continue on. And hopefully this building gets constructed this episode. Okay, everyone, the barn is still not done. It's quite the large building, and so it's taking a really long time for just Goron, the builder, to get this thing done. Luckily, getting a lot of levels out of it, already level 13 builder. So, hopefully, here in the interim, we'll quickly speed up the process. But, you can hear that burning sound off in the distance, and it looks like the first necromancer is here. That's actually bad for us. I don't really know exactly how we're going to handle the very first one here, but it's essentially going to come down to making everyone into an infantryman. And then at that point, hoping for the best. So carpenter, infantryman. Alright, cool. You got a club already. Great. Alright, we'll keep the stonemason because the stonemason needs to maintain tools. So you guys, infantry, you, infantry, and Goran, you get to become an infantry for a little bit and even maintain a club. So there we go. We got that. Do they all have clubs? It looks like it. So, the best thing to do to deal with necromancers here, and as our great finale to this episode, or a great catastrophe, I suppose, you go into the military tab here, you go to guard positions, and you plop one down. Now, you can edit these, make it very large, and put all your guards inside. Hopefully, let's see here. Seek charge target enemies. Let's see. And stand at guard positions. And you're going to mark all of your people with this item. And what the guard positions will do is hopefully keep everyone grouped up, because you need everyone as close together as possible to deal with such a situation here. And you never quite know how these are going to play out. Seek charge, stand at guard positions. Alright, is there anyone else, say in here, that is potentially not an infantryman? There you are, Mercio. Not combat trained, stand at guard positions. Okay, so we have a few guards, which is good. And I really hope this works out for us here. The great finale, the militia has assembled. So, what I'll do is I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to make a new guard position. A little bit closer out here. There was a skeleton spotted about yay. And you can see the burn marks on the ground. So we'll set the guard position there. Increase its size. And then remove the current one. And there you go. So that's kind of how you move everyone in a squad. There's no real good way to do it without just making guard position after guard position. And then you're just going to tell them to charge as you basically come into view. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of skeletons. That necromancer had a lot of time to make a little army. Wow, there's even more. So what I recommend doing is pretty much just trying to quickly kill as many skeletons as quickly as possible. And as quickly as possible. Let's check people's HP kind of here. They're grouped up, so it's a little hard to click on them all. Okay, so there we go. And the necromancer will just constantly try and res them. So you just zerg the crap out of it. And at that point, your army hopefully overwhelms them. This is the first necromancer. Day 15 is about roughly when he shows up. And it can be a troublesome encounter for people who are just starting out and don't understand that they need to form a militia to deal with this. Later on, the skeletons become stronger, and you need specialized units such as archers to start kind of kiting them around. So let's go ahead and make everyone back to their normal profession. Luckily, you know, Ace still gets to become a woodchopper again. The builder gets to become a builder again. Let's see, you were a farmer. Now it's pretty easy to kind of make everyone back to what they were, because obviously it should be roughly what their highest skill was in. There we go. And then you can get rid of that guard position. Alright. Now, the Necromancer's Fireball hurts a lot as well, so focusing those skeletons to switch it over to make him just worry about maintaining his army, AI-wise, is a good strategy. Alright, so that's going to do us for this episode of Timber and Stone. The barn is still not done, but I will go ahead and leave you with a little bit of how large this structure is going to be. The roof, you know, we could even fit a third floor potentially in here. I wanted an interesting barn-style roof line as well. It kind of gets wider at the top. I widened out the base, and we'll detail it out here, hopefully the next time. So, if you guys enjoyed Timber and Stone, feel free to subscribe to my channel for more creative goodness such as this. Check out my other videos if you haven't done so already, and I will see you guys next time.